Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can connect your Claude bot up to any Google app of your choice and have it do work for you in that Google app. And by the end, you'll be able to do this yourselves with your OpenClaw agent in under 5 minutes. So I'm quickly going to show you guys a demo of this in action, and then I'm going to walk you through the setup step by step. Right, so you can see from this setup, on the left hand side is my phone in Telegram actually speaking to OpenClaw, and the main screen is a Google Doc that OpenClaw has access to. And essentially what this is a document that I set up with a co-founder to actually build an app. So we're building an app and we've got OpenClaw able to access that document, edit that document and do things. So I'm just going to shoot a message to my OpenClaw telling it to append the Google Doc, write some stuff in at the bottom, and we'll see what it writes in. Right, so this is what I'm going to say to my OpenClaw. I'm going to say, write some important facts and stats that me and my co-founder will need to know for the app build. Write this at the bottom of the document, okay? We've just got certain things like a roadmap, estimated costs, like a summary of the actual app. So, you know, we just scroll down. Right, so this is the bottom here. Right. So you can see it's just appended some information, market size, the problem, the effectiveness, key stats, competitors, etc. And then OpenClaw has also said to me, done, added to the bottom of the Sympathy Business Plan Google Doc. Now it's also sent me a quick summary of what it's actually put into the Google Doc, which is quite important as well. Obviously guys, this is a very quick and easy example, but remember you can have this for any Google app of your choice. So this could be for your Google Calendar, Gmail, Google Sheets, obviously Google Doc here, Google Drive, and it's the same setup for each one. Now I'm going to show you guys an example with a Google Sheet where it updates me on specific trading and financial information based on stocks that I gave it. And list these in a Google Sheet for me. Right, so the very first thing you want to do is come here to this URL at the top. So console.cloud.google.com. Now this is essentially Google's central dashboard. It's essentially where you manage everything related to Google's cloud services and API. So for OpenClaw and AI agent use, the main things you need to know are the project. So everything essentially lives under a project. So you're going to come over here. This is my current project. And you're going to just click here, create new project, and you just call it whatever. And then you're going to just go ahead and click create. Right, so now you can see we're in OpenClaw Access project. You're now going to click on these 3 lines at the top, and you're going to click on APIs and services, and then enabled APIs and services. This is where you enable specific Google APIs. So the Google Sheets API, the Google Docs API, all these different APIs will be enabled here. So that's step 1. So let's say, for example, we want to connect to a Google Sheets API. Okay, I'm going to just search Google Sheets API, and then it's going to come up with this Google Sheets API, the top one, and you're going to click on that, and you're just going to click enable. All right, so that's the first step to getting the access out of 2 steps. Now, if you want to hook your OpenClaw up to a Google Sheet, a Google Doc, Google Calendar, you're going to want to create a service account. Okay, so the service account is like similar to giving your AI agent its own Google account. So it will have access to these documents to come in and edit for you. Now there's another credential which is called OAuth 2.0. Now this is where your agent logs in as you. So it's not like a separate user editing document. It's meant to be you. So this would be used for things like YouTube analytics for your YouTube or your Gmail, things like that. Anything that uses your own personal data, for example, you know, your Gmail, you're not going to be sharing that with a separate Google account user. So you wouldn't use a service account. Whereas a Google document, you can share with whichever Google user you want. So that's why you use a service account for those tasks and OAuth 2.0 for tasks that's meant to be you. So for the Google Sheet, obviously you can have multiple Google users in that sheet. So that's why you'd use a service account. It's simply, you could do both, but it will be overkill to use OAuth 2.0. So to set up this service account, you're going to click over back on those 3 lines. You're going to go on to I am an admin, and then you're going to click here on service accounts. And now you're simply going to come up here and click create service account. I'm just going to give it a name. So I'm just going to call this OpenClaw Sheets 1, for example. Now you're just going to go ahead and just leave the rest of those blank. You're going to skip this optional permission step. and just click done. Now you can see this has been created. I'll let you guys see the IDs because I'm going to delete this before I drop the video. But yeah, you can see here it's given it an email. Okay, now this email is what your OpenClaw is going to log into your Google Apps as. So now what you're going to do, you're going to click on that email address, and then you can see it says keys up here. You're going to click on that keys, and you're going to click on add key, create new key, and you're going to pick JSON. Okay, and then just press create, and that's going to download locally to your laptop. Now you can either just drop that JSON file into your OpenClaw if it's on the same workspace, or the other thing you can do, if you've got your OpenClaw set up on a different machine, for example you've got a Mac Mini and you can't just drop the file in, what you can do is you can open up that JSON document and you can just copy in all of these details. So you just come over here, copy all of that, and then go back to your OpenClaw. You're going to paste all of those details. Then you're going to go back to your service account, and you see you have the email. You're going to copy that email as well and give that to OpenClaw. So now you've given to your OpenClaw the JSON file that you created, and I showed you how, and then the email account that you created for your OpenClaw. So then at the top, I'm just going to write to my OpenClaw, this is a service account I've created for you to be able to access a Google Sheet. Here's a JSON file, and after it, I gave you the email for the service account. And then I asked it, can you access it? So I'm going to now send that through, and we'll see what he comes back with. Right, so you can see it's now come back to me saying, let me save that and test it. Yeah, so I haven't actually created a Google Sheet yet, so that's the next step. So you're just going to go ahead and just create a Google Sheet. So once you've created a Google Sheet, you're going to come over here, click on share, okay? And you're going to just paste that same email service account into that Google Sheet. And now it says access updated. So now if I click on share, you can see that service account is there listed in as an editor of that Google Sheet. And then OpenClaw also asked for the sheet ID. So how do we get this? So you can see right at the top, you have this URL, okay? So the bit in between the D and the edit, the bit that I've just copied there, as you can see, that's the sheet ID. So you're just going to copy that and then give that to your OpenClaw. So I've said to my OpenClaw, I gave the service account editor access, as you saw, and then here is the sheet ID. So now it should be fully able to access this Google Sheet. So you can see it's come back and said I'm in, connected, and can read the sheet. It's empty right now. Now it's in, it has access to the Google Sheet. So if I simply say to it, all right, so this is what I've said to my OpenClaw. I said this Google Sheet is to be used for trading updates. When I tell you, write in data to the Google Sheet about how the following stocks have performed that day. And then I gave some examples, Palantir, Amazon, Nvidia. So now I'm going to shoot that off. Right, so it's saying done, headers are in, date in column A, Palantir B, Amazon C, Nvidia D. All right, now I'm going to say, so I said to my OpenClaw, I want the prices and also current stock information. So it won't just give me the prices. Headers updated. Now when you tell me I'll pull data, each row will have date, price, daily change, percentage, market cap. Do you want me to pull in today's data? So I'm going to say to my OpenClaw, yeah, so I've just told it to go ahead and actually carry out a fetch for us. Right, so it's just come back to me. It said that Yahoo Finance is blocking the data. Let me use a finance API instead. So that's just a quick example of how high agency OpenClaw actually is. If it fails at one thing, it will make sure to succeed in another way. And I've actually told it this in the files. I've said, make sure you never come back to me with a problem. You always find a way around the problem and carry out the task. So you can see that in action there. And it said, got the data, it's written the data in. So yeah, I just checked and these prices are all match up. I'm not sure why it didn't put in the percentage change stats here. So again, that's something I can fix. It said Nvidia change percentage post earnings dip. It's dropped to -5%. So I mean, guys, this is a very quick example. I've set this up in about 10 minutes. And as it says, you can give it a proper finance API if you want it to be, 100% accurate. But yeah, guys, this is just a quick example of what you can do. You can set this up to update the Google Sheet on regular timestamps. So I wouldn't actually have to tell it, do a fetch. It will carry out these fetches on a recurring basis if I wanted to set that up. And again, guys, this is just one quick example of how powerful OpenClaw agent actually is. As I said, there's so many different use cases for these Google app integrations. Like I showed you it in a Google Doc, I showed you it in a Google Sheet. You can obviously connect it to all the other APIs. So if I go back here, you can actually see all the different APIs that you could use. Yeah, you can see here all the Google APIs, all the YouTube APIs. Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless, guys. It's just comes down to how creative you actually are as a developer, or, you know, as a user of OpenClaw. So I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, please give it a like and subscribe as well. It would help me out massively. And if you get confused, guys, remember, just ask your OpenClaw what's the easiest way to set this up, and it will tell you if you can't follow along to the video. I'm posting simple AI tutorials like this one all the time. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.